Hello, I'm Thomas Carruthers.
I'm Will Leggetter.
I keep wanting to say good morning, but for the actual audience, it won't be 8:30 in the morning. Or it could be. It could be what? It could be what? Yeah. It could be having an early morning podcast.
It shows commitment. It shows we do get up. I mean,
you think that in the description should be recorded at 8:30?
Yeah. Just a little reminder: Will and Tom have to get up very early to record.
Well, yeah, it's a historical document. So when they make our biography,
the tapestry.
Yeah. Leggetter and Thomas Carruthers used to get up very early. That'll be the early chapters, the sort of burgeoning. I hope to God that. Well, no, I'd love to have any biography written about me. But I hope to God that I don't have such half a life. But it has to be. We have to double down and have one biography that fills out both lives.
What are you trying to say? I think my life. That's my life is interesting enough to be its own autobiography at the moment.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that for both of us. I'm saying I hope that. Well, yeah. I mean, Alan Bennett pops out every other day.
What would be interesting is if we write each other's biographies.
Ooh. I was thinking about this.
Yeah.
It's a play idea. Because there's been a lot about, blackface in the media. And I was thinking, what if it was called A White Guy and a Black Guy Talk About Race, but the white guy was played by a black man in whiteface, and the black man was played by a white guy in blackface. This sounds like a Partridge idea. Like, I've only got the opening curtain image, because that's a good image. And if you didn't know... Is it? Well, yeah, it's an interesting image at least. But then I don't know how you could stretch that for 2.5 hours. Idea for a play leads us to our first foray. Has Steve Coogan come up on the show yet?
Oh, I don't think he has. We haven't done Tropic Thunder, have we?
No, we haven't. I don't think he's come up in the extent that perhaps he should have done.
I'm sure we've mentioned Partridge.
Yeah,
I'm sure we quoted it at some point.
Oh, I've definitely put in the clip of you getting Bond wrong multiple times. But Steve Coogan, I do believe we are the same in that Steve Coogan is our favourite comedian.
Favourite comedian, yeah. Yeah,
favourite comedian. I'll give him a bit more credit. One of my favourite actors. If we, almost everything. I'm not a big Saxondale guy, but literally everything else I love. Mainly the stuff that he has a hand in writing and stuff. I'm not talking about Night at the Museum here. However, the Michael Winterbottom movies are all very good. Have you got into them yet? 24-Hour Party People and The Cock and Bull Story and
I haven't.
Greed was good.
Oh, great! Yeah, that was the recent one, wasn't it? Yeah.
I thought that it tried to be too political. It was there was lots of look at him, and that was all really interesting, darkly funny. That was great. But then they kept having lots of political inserts about the real life sweatshop industry and stuff about because it was what they call fast fashion, your Primarks and your whatevers, where like they get it cheap, practically slave labour in other countries for pennies, and then they can sell it so quickly over here. And even though it was very clearly that was what the film was about, every time it cut away to the real life stuff, sort of didn't do much for me. There was an assistant character.
David Mitchell.
No. He was doing talking about biographies. He was recording Oh, that was it. He was recording a happy birthday. No, he was recording like a film or a book or something. He was making an article. He was making an article on, because he also did a happy birthday video for him, and they had lots of celebrity cameos that were clearly filmed on. Well, I mean, that was what the point of it was. Greed, still, give it a watch. You got some shit reviews, but it's definitely worth the hour and 40.
I think my favourite bit of the trailer is the George Michael tribute.
That's great. Yeah, that's what it needs more of. Like that, all of that stuff's great, and then it keeps cutting to. It should just have been a movie about the Richard guy, about Steve Coogan, and the people surrounding him directly. But the first thing where Mr. Coogan burst onto our screens was as Alan Partridge with Knowing Me, Knowing You. Was I'm saying this, but I don't know if that's right. Was
news first?
Yeah, the day-to-day. But where was Paul and Pauline Calf in the grand scheme of things?
Oh, I do not know. I'd like to think this was his first. Because I don't know. Well, this is most iconic, at least.
This is most iconic. It's the character that he still returns to and is returning to to this day.
I hope again. Oh, well, he is. He's got a podcast.
He's got a podcast, but they're making a second season of this time.
Are they?
Yeah, that got announced almost straight away after the. No, I'm just saying it got like it. Yes, which leads us to an opening pros and comment. Today we're going to be talking about Knowing Me, Knowing You, the 6 episodes of Alan's first foray onto television from the radio show. And here's a Christmas gift for you, Will. I don't actually know if it's still in print, so you might struggle to find it. But I got it in a charity bookstore. Every ruddy word, and it's every radio script. It's every I'm Alan Partridge script. It's every Knowing Me, Knowing You script. It's like a tomb. It's a Bible. Apart from the title, which is annoying, all the scripts from radio to TV and back, because he never went back to radio. So it's really quite an annoying title. But I will forego that for such a great book it is. I was saying this before the show. We will get round to all Alan.
Yeah.
But this might be my favourite Alan. This might be my favourite because we have Knowing Me, Knowing You. We have I'm Alan Partridge. We have Mid Morning Matters. We have the specials, and then we have This Time, which is the current run. I think this might be my favourite Alan.
I think I'm the complete opposite.
Yeah.
I think this is my least favourite. But in no way does that mean it's. I don't enjoy.
Oh no! We love it all.
Yeah.
When I say that I'm Alan Partridge is my least favourite iteration of Alan, it's not that I won't be spending the rest of my day marathoning I'm Alan Partridge, because that's my plan.
For me, it's a mix between I'm Alan and This Time for my favourites.
This Time, I say this. What do we think of the film? We've not actually talked about.
Oh, Alpha Papa. I think it's coming.
Yeah, great.
We're doing an episode, aren't we? Yeah,
very good.
It'll
be coming. Yeah.
This is why Alpha Papa and This Time are so good. It's an older Alan. It's a wiser one. He's lived more, and so he has more opinions and more things to say. And he's not with the times anymore, which makes what he says even more jarring, which is brilliant.
And he keeps trying to be.
He does.
It's I think Knowing Me, Knowing You is definitely more broad. Like it's a lot of, you have to sort of, not lapse of logic, but you sort of have to go, okay. Like the fact that his career continues after shooting a man is great, and it is really funny in this. This Time is so realistic, and it's so very, very well made. And because now everything is written not by Iannucci and Peter Bainham, or with this it was Patrick Marber, and the radio show was Patrick Marber as well. But it was it's now Rob and Dan Gibbons, the Gibbons brothers, and Coogan. And well, everybody thought that Partridge was dead, and they've done the film with him. They've done obviously this time, and all the specials. They even did the comic relief stuff. I really think they've brought Alan to a place.
Back.
They've brought
He's bounced back.
He's definitely bounced back. They brought him to a place that I never thought he could be again. That sounds very sentimental and very,
It does.
very poetic. But yeah, I think I won't say to a place that he had no right to be, but like this character's been going on since this says 2003, but that's not right. 1994. To go for, I mean, there are obviously characters that have been going. Well, no, actually, is there a longer running comedy character that has had multiple different iterations, all great, still the same actor? I think he's singular.
Yeah.
And also, reading the biography and reading interviews and watching interviews with Coogan, I think before the Gibbons came along, I think he sort of turned to resent Alan. Like you all do, Edward Albee hated that Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf was his most popular play. It's his best play, but you know, you do. You've always got an albatross because even. Yeah, you do. Even if you know in yourself that it's pretty good, and like I get why people like it, you're still going to resent that nobody talks about your other plays than this one. But this is Knowing Me, Knowing You. It is a real life. Well, I say real. It's Alan has been given 6 episodes of a talk show to try out. It's written by Armando Iannucci, another one of our comedy writing favourites. We both love the thick of it.
Yeah, I love the thick of it.
I prefer Veep. I think Veep takes everything that the thick of it does and makes it even better.
Yeah.
Obviously, other Ian. You really liked the David Copperfield? Yes. I thought it was okay. I don't think I'll ever watch it again, but I thought it was a good bat on the green. Iannucci's naturally incredible. What's the other big Iannucci that I'm missing? There's one that I'm missing, Will.
He did the Day-to-Day and all that, didn't he?
Day-to-Day. Which then became Brass Eye, which again is better for me.
Oh, Death of Stalin, that's it.
That's it, yes. Death of Stalin was
excellent.
Death of Stalin was really, really good. And I don't know, I say it came and went. Empire gave it 5 stars, but it still sort of came and went. Nobody talks about Death of Stalin anymore.
It's a generational thing, I think.
Yeah. It is a rather twisted and odd concept for a motion picture comedy. But today is Knowing Me, Knowing You. So let's do, as we always do some ranking. So halfway through the ranking, I will throw some categories at you. But let's start. What's your number 6, Will?
My number 6, I have got episode 5.
I have show 4.
That's the one in French, isn't it?
Show 4 is
French. In France.
This is going to really annoy me because they're all.
Yeah.
If
they have names.
They don't have names. It's very annoying. Yes. So okay. So my number 5 is show number 3.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I like 3. I really like 3.
I like them all. It was tough to rank.
Okay, yeah. At 5, we're not doing you, Loey.
No, we're not counting you.
Good. Very, very, very good. Very, very well might be because I am on morphine, and I've got number 2.
Number 2. This is getting confusing already. Right, let's.
It is.
Let's go back to my number 6. So at number 6, actually, should we just do them in order?
Yeah. Let's talk about them and then rank them.
And we'll rank them later. So show number 1 is first oh, it keeps. That's another thing. My DVD says first transmission above where the show title should be. So number 1, you've got Sue Lewis, Keith Hunt, Shona McGurr, and not Roger Moore. Spoilers, this is my favourite episode. It's just a great start. I also love that things change as it goes on. I love that as the show continues, one thing it devolves, but also it like the relationship with Glenn Ponder, for instance. You know, it's the little things that it makes it more than just one episode here and one episode there. Who's your favourite guest on this episode?
Oh, it's got to be Keith. It's Keith.
Am I right? I'm not wrong.
Not wrong. It's great.
The wonderful Patrick Marbert, who also wrote this. Oh, go on.
When I first watched Knowing Me, Knowing You,
are you going to say you didn't know that they were all the same person?
They look very similar. No, I didn't think Patrick was that good.
Oh, really?
But I go back and watch it, and I'm very angry with my earlier self.
Have you seen Closer?
No.
So he's a playwright, isn't he, Patrick Marbert? He's very famous. And he wrote the Tony-winning everything play Closer, which is everybody's having an affair and everybody's having it off with everybody. And it got turned into a wonderful film directed by Mike Nichols, starring Clive Owen, Jude Law, and Natalie Portman, and Julia Roberts. Even the movie, and this is the second movie that I say she's okay in, Closer and Erin Brockovich. But even that, she ruins her performance in Closer by the fact that Cate Blanchett was supposed to play the role but dropped out. So even then, she ruins it because she's not Cate Blanchett, which technically could ruin a lot of female performances and male a lot of performances just by the fact that you're not Cate Blanchett. But the fact that it's Julia Roberts makes it even.
And of course, in the day-to-day, Patrick plays Peter O'Hanrahan, which is the greatest name made ever.
Yeah, I very much like Patrick Marbert. I noticed sort of this time that all of his characters and all of Rebecca Front's, there's more difference between Rebecca Front's characters.
Yeah.
But all of Patrick Marbert's characters, but I sort of pass it off because this is all of the guests, is that they all sort of quietly disdain Alan in the exact same way. They all sort of come out all boisterous, and then it's sort of especially the French guy, sort of monotone.
Yeah.
Is Roger Moore your favourite Bond? I think we've done this.
I said my favourite guest. Never comes. No.
And that's a golden gun from the man with the golden gun.
My favourite Bond is Daniel Craig.
Yes, I think.
And then it's Sean Connery. Then it's Moore. I do like Connery.
Who doesn't? You know who does? Shona McGurr. It's weird, right? Here's my biggest thing with the show. I don't think there's an episode that is great the whole way through. I think every episode has a character that isn't funny or a sketch that I'd cut. This episode, it's the punk song. It's not funny.
I like how it starts though. I like that sudden shock of it starting like something from the Carpenters.
Yep. However, I'm afraid I win this argument because Amanda Iannucci and Patrick Marbert agree with me on the audio commentary. Okay. They say I wish this was cut too. But I'll I'll allow you to have your opinion. No, I think it's quite funny, but it's not laugh out loud funny.
Mm.
Like, definitely not in comparison to the other musical numbers, which we'll get to. We sure will. The so rude. I'm so rude yawning. Sue Lewis is my sneaky favourite guest. I really, really like
Really?
Sue. Oh, I really think it's really funny.
I love how quiet she is.
Yes, because it's every interviewer's worst nightmare. And I don't know how this sketch hasn't been done before. It's just so... It's such a simple but brilliant joke.
I often channel Sue Lewis, like not now, obviously, because but in the past on like dates and things, I become Sue Lewis in Costa. I just have nothing to say, and then I get my horse riding equipment on, and I gallop away.
No, it's impossible. No, break the horse's legs. How aren't you doing then? On.
Is this the episode with the fountain as well? Is this when he's gone
this
all
is
out?
The episode, and the first ever on a chat show, a fountain, and go turn the fountain off, please. Go turn the fountain off, please. Because that also secretly it doesn't secretly give away the Sue Lewis joke, but like Sue Lewis doesn't start responding straight away. So the fountain, and then he has to double down and he has to do the fountain gag, and then he has to return to the Sue Lewis not talking gag. The little thing. It's the little things. But Keith Hunt's pretty great. I do. Just meeting his nemesis. I'd say nemesis.
He's so.
It's excellent. It's very, very good. Episode 2. It's a chat show, Jim, but no, as we know it. That's what we'll call them. The first chapter selection.
Oh, there you go.
Has the chat jokes, so that's how we'll refer to the episodes. But that won't work for you because you don't have this.
I don't, and I wish I did.
You should. It's great. Daniela Forrest, another Alan, and Tony Lemesmer. Daniela Forrest, Minnie Driver in one of her first roles. Academy Award nominated or winning? No, she only was nominated for Good Will Hunting. And I don't think she definitely didn't win for Carlotta in the Phantom film. Not the best aged. Well, actually, no. This came up the other day about what was it? There was a political correctness thing, and it was about the difference between Bernard Manning doing these racist and transphobic and all that jokes, and Alan Partridge and David Brent doing it. And I forget his name. He's not obviously called Tony Lemesmer. David, what's he called? David, the actor. Anyway, he was on an interview show and he said there's a big difference, and it's a slippery slope, but there's a big difference when a character like Alan Partridge or David Brent is set up as outdated. Even, you could go as far to say racist. I don't think Alan is a viciously racist character, but I think he is as the sort of casual racism of a generation past.
Yeah.
That's what I find funny about the three old women when they're talking about the Germans, because you see that he so very clearly wants to agree.
Yeah.
He so very clearly does agree with hating the Jerrys. And so he's like, oh, well, stop.
He has to stop himself.
Yes, he has to calm down. Daniela Forrest. However, I just think it goes on a little bit too long. I'd noticed this a lot, actually, this run. I think a lot of these sketches go on too long. You look at this thing, and it's so trim, and it's such a half hour, perfect. Beautifully cut.
Yeah. That's another thing that this is missing. Lynn.
Well,
we need more Lynn.
that was a great. That was just a very, very, very good moment when we found out Lynn was in this time, because I don't remember it being in any of the publicity. And then suddenly she walked on. She stole your jokes.
Stealing your jokes, too.
Yeah. and I thought, this is great.
Say it one more time. But
yeah,
it's great.
Oh God, I don't want your clothes. What charity jumble. Tony LeMesmer also, I don't think the payoff of that is very funny.
No.
I guess it's quite funny. However, I do like Gary Barker and Tanya Beaumont, the British actor couple. The payoff that he used to be a printer. You'll be it's very funny. And have you any thoughts on It's a Chat Show, Jim? Another Alan. This has the first Another Alan segment, which is, I believe, the twitching John Tompkinson.
The sailor, yeah.
Sailor. Which came about because Steve said that John can do a really good twitch. And he can do a really good twitch, so let's put it in.
It's very
Fair
good.
enough. Obviously, John Tompkinson, just great.
He doesn't get enough recognition. He's in a lot of really good stuff.
He's really good in the which Coogan live show is it? I think it's The Man Who Thinks He Is. No, it's not The Man Who Thinks He Is It. It's Live and Lewd, and he plays a Bernard Manning type who's just been done for political incorrectness. So he comes out and he goes, 2 lesbians, a black fella and a Muslim are in a bar, and they have a really good time. And all of his jokes, he has this, and he's got his pint and a cigarette, and he's got all of these jokes that he has to change. 2 lesbians in a wedding chapel, and they should be. It's a great thing. They can do whatever they want. It's very funny sketch.
I think the best bit about this little tick thing is where he pauses and he does that really big one, and Alan's like, "Oh, there's a big one." And he just points out whenever he has a facial tick.
And also, and sometimes you miss it. Yeah. And then it comes back again, and you're like, it's exceptional. You're very, very good. Episode number 3. Enter the Chattersphere. Wait a minute. Episode 2 has my favourite running joke of all time. Was that moribund? No. I Googled, I read, I kept say Google, but it's 1994. I looked up moribund, and is this moribund? Is the reason I say the word moribund an awful lot. It's very good. Show number 3, Enter the Chattersphere. We've got Gina Langland, Lawrence Knowles, and the Olympic Golden Girls from 1936, and Hot Pants.
Hot Pants.
Hot Pants.
That's why I love this episode so much. I love the whole build-up and the payoff of Hot Pants. And, of course, Gina Langland, possibly the greatest 5 minutes ever on any TV show.
I mean, it's Alec. Alec. It's Alan. Alan. I also love that the name Alan is hard to repeatedly say. So when he has to go, it's Alan. It sounds funny on its own. But Gina Langland, the sort of Barbara Streisand influenced Rebecca Front revealed, is just incredible. Specifically the musical number.
The ABBA medley.
Oh.
What's your favourite ABBA song they do in that medley?
I'm a sucker. I know your favourite joke is the key change that came into high for, but I honestly laugh every time at take a chance, 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 take a chance. When he jumps down off his chair.
Because he goes, take a chance, chance, and then he goes wrong because he has to correct himself as well. It's those little things that are great.
But I think this basically the Alan Partridge, because the live show has a Kate Bush medley, which is even I won't say even better, but it's just as good. The last live show he did, Steve Coogan as Alan Partridge and other less popular characters, has a Queen medley, which is also great. And there's the oh no, that's Kate Bush. Kate Bush as well. This is where my love of medleys comes from. I think there's this and the Peter Kay. The Peter Kay. Britain's got the pop factor, but also is looking for a superstar. All of those medleys, I love nothing more. I find nothing funnier than a bad medley. So when I found one in real life, like Barry Manilow's NYC medley from his album NYC My Town, and they all could transition into New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made of, and then it'll go into start spreading the news. I find nothing funnier than a bad medley. I think that was my favourite week on Glee when I was a kid. Was Mashup Week.
That was the first time they go to national. Oh no, I'm getting mixed up with when they go to New York. Mashup weeks are wonderful.
But all of the mashups were substandard, I thought. But these aren't quality mashups. Like Peter Kay's Under My Umbrella, Ella, Free Nelson Mandela.
They should have done that on Glee. And it's mashup week, guys. So here to give you an example is a British man, Mr. Alan Partridge.
Geraldine. Do you remember when Susan Boyle and Geraldine released I Know Him So Well as a proper charity single, and they fully and Peter Kay does quite a good job singing. You know, Peter Kay
he's very good.
He did a stint as Roger Debris in Manchester for the Producers, and he was quite good in Keep It Gay. And I wish there was more footage.
I think he'd be very good in what's it called now? Curtain. Have you seen Curtains?
Curtain, yes, Jason Manford.
Yes.
Not originally, obviously. Yes, and Jorge, what's he called?
Jorge Aruba.
That's it, yeah.
Winner of Strictly. One of the greatest winners of Strictly ever.
Oh, well, no. In this house, we don't like him.
Oh, why don't you like Jorge?
Too expression-y. He knows he's going to... I didn't like him on the one show.
Oh.
But alas. So we have now reached the middle part of our show today. And so let's throw some categories out. Will, who is your favourite guest?
It's Gina Langland.
Gina Langland. Yes, it's Gina Langland. What's the best Rebecca Front performance?
Gina Langland.
I'd have to go. I might go Sue Lewis.
As a performance.
I might go Sue Lewis.
Yeah.
What about Brady McMahon? Diddly-dit-diddy, two ladies. Diddly-dit-diddy. Who's your favourite Patrick Marber performance?
Oh, I like the French chef.
Oh yes, you are a chefy, aren't you?
I am a chef man.
Philippe Lombard.
That's it.
Yes, he comes and he enjoys the irony weekly.
It has got to be Keith Hunt, because that payoff when
I love the throwaway. Yeah, we didn't talk about these kids coming on. That's why Partridge works. The sadness that is throughout everything. You know, there's a. I don't know if you've never watched Mid Morning Matters, have you?
I've heard clips on YouTube, but I have to pay to get it, so that's why I've never seen it.
And get Sky. Do you not have Sky?
No, we got rid of Sky ages ago because they're greedy. This we like Richard.
Sky.
We like Richard.
Yes. There's a Mid Morning Matters episodes where he falls in love with a woman, and then by the end of it, she has a boyfriend or whatever. It's a classic joke and whatever, and it's really quite sad because he's left all alone in his booth. And Kate Bush, he's here again, the man with a child in his eyes, starts playing, which is a great joke because he's talking about. See, you could infer that lyric so many different ways. Oh, he's here again, the man with a child in his eyes. Oh, he's here again, the man with a child in his eyes. Very, very good. Who's the worst guest? Oh, sorry, go on.
That's what's great about Keith Hunt. It's like, well, all of the guests really, how much they're villainised, but it's just really sad that there's nothing bad about them. Well, obviously the fact that he didn't know his own son's birthday probably would be a bad thing.
And that guy who killed a man in an alley.
We're going to recreate.
Yeah, that's what some people say happened. That's what didn't happen. That's what some people said happened. What was that all about? Tell me. Oh, it was just two punters running about on the stage. Who's the worst guest? Who's the not funny? What would we cut?
Oh, I mean, you could say Tony LeMesmer.
Yeah. No, because the Ursula Andress bit's really funny.
It is. So this is the thing, like with Shauna McGough as well. I think that's hilarious, but when you're interviewing her, I just cringe.
Yeah. What about Cirque de Clown?
I was going to say I don't like them, but I like Alan's reaction to them. Yeah.
Do they take the Yvonne Boyd, the what's she based? Who's she based on again? Vivienne Westwood. Is that joke taken too far? Is it?
I
don't know.
Nah. No jokes taken too far on Alan.
Did I say I really should have said for my best guest, Joe Beasley and Cheeky Monkey. Oh, Cheeky Monkey.
That's one of my that is one of my favourite scenes ever.
Absolutely.
I think that's probably his best ever performance. Brilliant.
It's so good, in fact, that right now I've just changed my rankings. Will, can you name all 6 names for Glenn Ponder's band?
Oh, okay. Ferrari.
I'm
not going to do this in order.
That's all right. I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Ferrari is
Debonair.
Yes.
Which is wonderful. I think they start as, is it Chalet?
Chalet, yeah.
Like the wonderful Ed Westwick movie, Chalet Girl.
You do love Chalet Girl.
I love Chalet Girl. Bangkok.
Bangkok, yeah. You've got 2 left.
And give me a clue.
Well, one of them's French.
No.
Savoir-faire.
Ooh.
And the other one is a Doctor Who episode.
Oh, it's Lazarus.
It's Lazarus. Yeah. Glenn Ponder and Chalet. What is your favourite Glenn Ponder band's name?
It's Debonair.
Debonair. Yes. I do love Bangkok.
That's another great thing.
Bangkok.
I love how they... Which is the one where he's on the winch? Not the winch.
That's Bangkok. When he finds out that he's got a boyfriend.
Yeah. And then no, it's all right. I'll jump the rest of it. He makes a big thing out of.
Are you a porn legend, Glenn? Well, my boyfriend seems to think so. All right, yes, very good, yes. Very good. We now move on to show number 4. We go over to France. Why on earth didn't they? I know it's very expensive. Why on earth didn't they make a smaller set? So it's so obvious that it's not France. It's so obvious that it's just the normal set. Why didn't they just do a cheaper episode and do it in some rooms and make that the joke?
You could argue though that Alan wants full creative control of the show, and this is his set. He wants. You can imagine the argument he's had with the producer. So we've only got no. I want my set. This is the knowing you set that audiences know and love, and it's going to stay the same.
Well, then throw in the line of, we have made a scale-by-scale recreation in France. Yeah. We have no money left. We have 2 sets. This is going to be used as a what's it called where they kill cows? Abattoir. This is going to be turned into an abattoir at the end of the show.
That's a very Alan Partridge.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. They're finding the feet, I guess. But alas. Yeah, no, I think this is my least favourite. The Cirque du Clown doesn't really land for me. Yeah. The Yvonne Boyd.
I really like Yvonne Boyd. Just in particular the guy.
I'm being very pernickety, but yeah.
In particular, the guy with one leg shorter than the other, and then when Alan demonstrates how difficult it is to walk with a bigger shoe. That's brilliant. That's probably the best part about the episode, I think.
And also, they talk about this on the audio commentary. It's an odd one because you're always on Alan's side, but this week you're really on Alan's side. Like, none of these guests, like with Keith Hunt and Sue Lewis and everything, you sort of feel bad for them that they're on such a bad show. But you especially feel bad for Keith Hunt, whose son's been brought to him. But like on this one, like you feel sorry for Alan. These are terrible guests,
especially with Nina Vanier. What a terrible
coach. I don't know whether she's not a funny character or whether she is exactly what she was meant to be. I think she's exactly what she was meant to be.
Yeah.
But no, it doesn't really land. So this is my least favourite of the 6.
Yeah.
A castle.
I think I've just changed my opinion as well.
Fair enough. Show number 5, absolutely chattered. However, see, it does have the great argument with Glenn Ponder.
It does. This is where this is like, other than obviously your final payoff in the 6th episode, this is the biggest sudden, like, obvious moment where things just go downhill.
And your show number 5 is great because you've got, knowing you, Glenn Ponder, knowing me, Alan Partridge, and everything's so stilted and awkward with Glenn. That's great. This has Terry Norton. Are you a Snatch man, Will?
I do enjoy Brad Pitt.
Yeah, Snatch is great. I've always loved Snatch. And obviously the character of Bricktop, the evil villain, is played rather wonderfully by Terry Norton in this. So he's sort of been typecast as a London gangster. Yeah. This is funny. Dead Alan Partridge is incredible.
Put in the coffin.
And I don't know, I'm talking about this. So we've got the Miss Norwich, I think, is quite funny as well.
I'm going to say I love the
Partridge
political
over Britain
party member.
The bald Brummies. Wait, are you a slaphead?
Because the bit when they start asking, because I think this is the first time they have audience interaction, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then when he's revealed to be when he's revealed to be a bald Brummie, it's great.
The bald Brummies in the Olympics. Lovely little touch of Telly Savalas, TV's Kojak, on the tie. Does your love of Columbo stretch to Kojak, Will? Are you a Kojak fan?
I've never really got into it. I'll have to try it.
You'll have to get on Kojak. He's dead too. Telly Savalas.
Oh.
He's dead. But for me, the peak of the episode is Alan Partridge. We've made you a tombstone. He's actually born in 1943. Would he mind? Would he mind? It's a year out. Was Popmaster about then? They could have done a Popmaster joke. I'll send you a 1 year out T-shirt in the mail.
That's also a thing. That's on my bucket list. I want a 1 year out T-shirt.
So you want to go? So you would rather get a question wrong and lose Popmaster than
what? Yeah, but what's the prize is rubbish for Popmaster.
It's a digital DAB digital radio. Well,
yeah,
exactly.
I'd rather have the T-shirt.
Yeah, but you only get the T-shirt if you get 1 year out.
Yeah. So you if you're excellent at your musical knowledge, like I am.
What year did Born in the USA come out, Will?
76.
1984. So you're off to a bad start straight away. What year did Thriller come out?
82.
84 again. Yeah. Good year. What year did Rumours come out?
I'm gonna follow in the pattern. I'm gonna say 84.
79. So moving on. Set him up and then you knock him down. The final episode is my favourite episode, apart from the two kids.
Oh, I
knew this was going to happen. I knew it. Not funny in the slightest.
No.
But
it's that clever writing, because these are the sort of people I hate in real life as well.
I think they do okay. I think the two kids
they're very good. Yeah.
Do a fine job. I don't know what it is about the sketch. They were in a Eddie Izzard, David Mamet play at the time called The Cryptogram. They were playing the same boy.
Glengarry Glen Ross.
Yeah. Oleana. Have you seen Oleana, Will?
No.
It's very good. It's William H. Macy and Rebecca Pidgeon. And he's a teacher, and she accuses him of rape. Very good. Very tense. Very tense. Great film. And it's all, who's in the wrong? Who's in the right? We don't know. It's one of those. Very good. Tight 90 minutes. Very pot boiler and all that. Good. Great play. I don't know why I'm saying good. It's great. And the film too.
Episode 6 very much reminds me, or on most recent viewing yesterday, took me back to the time when you gave your final quiz, because it's again that sort of handover to the new host. But I think
I did. Well, no, I did my final quiz.
Yeah,
and then the new lady did the one, and she was like, "Are you not going to do the first one with me?" I was like, "Oh, I guess so." I had to do another final quiz because there's no way I was just going to sit there. I made her sit there and show the ropes.
You did. You made it very awkward for her.
Well, she did it herself. She'd never seen Friends.
I've never seen Friends.
I know.
You wouldn't publicly shame me like that.
I didn't publicly shame her. I said, "Do you know what you're missing out on? So no one told you life was going to be this way." And then 500 people went, "Because you do." And I said, "Look what you're missing out on. It's a cult." Literally, sometime last year, I ended up watching 10, 15 episodes or whatever of Friends, marathoning them, and I clapped every time. It's just what you do.
You've got to. Yeah.
It's very awkward during sex. No, I'm kidding. Oh, Tom, this is wonderful. Bloody hell. Scared her senseless. Don't know why Friends was on in the background. I always pause. Do you pause, Will, or do you let things play?
I keep things running. I think I keep things going.
I won't say I'm distracted, because obviously one thing is severely better than the other.
I think it.
Here you go.
It's the charm, because someone will say, "Oh, have you seen this movie?" And then you'll look at it and you go, "Well, I've seen half of it."
Oh, yeah, yeah. Or somebody will say, "Oh, I can't watch that Big Bang Theory episode." And I mean, well, why did you pause it? Oh, what's bloody shouldered in your ear?
Yeah. The only like bit where sometimes it's a bit is when like a song in the movie or something comes on, and then that sort of kills the mood.
Or like when you're playing a playlist and you're playing a playlist and the song "Where Do I Go," which is a bunch of children asking Peter Alsop about what happens when they die, and it's like, "Where do I go when I'm dead and gone? Where do I go when I'm dead?" That didn't make the mood any better. Bridie McMahon sounds like a flame-haired woman. Diddly-dit-diddy. I like it. Diddly-dit-diddy. They like it. Diddly-dit-diddy. And I'm the only man. Yeah.
This is the best part of the episode.
Oh yeah.
The whole bit where he's on about how the behind the scenes crew were coming up with nicknames.
Yeah. Better than Cheeky Monkey?
Oh, sorry. Cheeky Monkey is the best part of this.
Oh, Cheeky Monkey.
Yeah. It's so good.
Yes, this is the best.
I like the
anal dirge
anagrams.
You could use your anal dirge prat. Well, there's no need for that. And then the wonderful Forbes McAllister getting shot.
It's very fortunate that anal dirge prat was an anagram. I wonder if that
No. This is the first thing they said on the audio commentary. They said, "I do not want people need to realise that these are real anagrams. We didn't start with jokes."
Yeah.
Because Glenn Ponder, porn legend, that's perfect.
That is wonderful.
And they just said it's the biggest stroke of luck because they did the radio show first. Like the name.
You'd think the character was created on the base of Sunday doing that joke.
Yeah. I can understand thinking that Glenn Ponder could have been that way. But anal dirge prat, I think, is a bit harder to get at.
It is.
And then Alan shooting a man alive. Absolutely.
But then he insists on carrying on at the end with the...
Knowing me, the police, knowing you... Well, we'll do that later.
And this is our first Tony Hayers, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. No, it's not. No, Tony Hayers is in...
Oh, it's not. That's Yule. That's
knowing
Yule.
Me, knowing Yule.
Yes. Yeah. Are you going to give me a second series?
Are you a virgin? Yes. Oh, great. The Virgin Mary. Are you a Virgin Mary? Yes.
It is a sneaky favourite.
It's the best.
Christmas special.
Yeah, it's the best art. Yeah. That, ladies and gentlemen, spoilers for Christmas, everybody, but we are going to do a Christmas special bonanza where we run down our favourite Christmas specials, and was the first one we put down. Then League of Gentlemen Christmas special, and it's great stuff. It's good shit. So let's do some ranking then, as hard as it may be.
Hey.
So, right. Are we both agreed that show number 6 is the best? Oh, you're not agreed.
Let's do it.
What do you have at number 1?
I didn't. It's between 6, but then I just keep going. I keep looking back at 3, and I'm thinking, do I like it, or do I like Gina Langland, or do I like the medley?
No, because Lawrence Knowles is great, Hot Pants is great, and the Olympic Girls are great.
Yeah. See, for me, that deserves a higher spot than what you've given it.
Let's do show 3, show 6, show 1 at 3.
Yeah.
And then at 4, I have show number 2.
Yes. And then 5.
Yep.
And then that's just 3.
And then Oui Francais.
Or 4. Yeah.
So at number 6 we have Oui
Okay.
Francais. At number 5 we have absolutely chattered Partridge Over Britain. At number 4 we have Daniela Forrest Tonal and Mesmer and Gary Barker. At number 3 we have Sue Lewis, Keith Hunt and Shona McGar. At number 2 we have the McLean brothers, Bridie McMahon, Joe Beasley, Cheeky Monkey and Foles McAllister. And at number 1 we have Gina Langland, Lawrence Knowles and the Olympic Girls of 1936. Jesse Owens has just waved to Hitler. He didn't like that. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. This is...
That's another thing. I have a love for scale models of rig. It's a scale set of the Berlin Olympics.
True, yes, indeed. And the great gag of it swinging the arm and the old lady going, ha! It's great stuff. This is our first Alan Partridge, but it most certainly will not be our last.
Oh, no.
And it's been a pleasure, William Leggetter.
Yes.
Our next TV show, Will, do you want to introduce? In a few episodes' time down the line, but do you want to reveal what our next TV show will be?
More than happy to announce we will be doing Peep Show.
Indeed.
Which is
version 1.
Very, very exciting. I'm
don't
finally
like
getting
it?
used to do it. You will. You will
I
like
hope so.
it. And I hope you won't fall into the trap of going, the first 2 series are just... because that's... I'll set you off now. Because it sounds like I'm trying to justify why the first series are not as good as the rest. They're
That's
very
exactly how
good.
it sounds.
I look back now and I think, wow, the best jokes are in the first 2 series. But no, I'm digging a hole now because I'm saying the best jokes aren't in the other series. They use POV. The technology changes, therefore the quality improves.
Okay, that sounds like something that I will find very annoying straight away.
Well, what I'm proud of is I've got you to watch Peep Show before you got me to watch Mad Men. And that's, in a way, I
thought you'd already watched all of Mad Men. Well, do you remember when you pretended?
I think it's pretty much the anniversary next week of the time I lied to you about watching Mad Men.
And you said, "Oh, well, I'm at that episode about Nixon's campaign." And I said, "Oh, the first one," because you said I'd watched all of season 1. Well, I have no doubt I will enjoy Peep Show. I don't know why I've held off on it. I don't know what it was. There's just something about it. Who knows? We'll find out next week. Not next week. That's a lie. Next week's we're doing the Godfathers. Yeah, the Godfathers.
Oh, we can do Peep Show. We can do Peep Show instead. We don't need to do Godfather.
The Godfather. Absolutely foul. Auf Wiedersehen, Will.
Goodbye.
Dabba 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 da da ba 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 ba.